We are 48 schools across 14 cities, but together we are one Shawnee mission, and we are all in.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Shawnee Mission Mic'd Up. I am your proud host and superintendent, Mike Schumacher.
Yeah, good to be with you, Brittany Gonzo as well. We are here for episode 14, and we're at a very special location today. Tell us about where we're at today, Dr.
We
Schumacher.
sure are. Look at our friend down here. This is Bing Bong. We're going to get to know Bing Bong a little bit more and our other guest here, but we're at Rising Star Elementary, and we're going to be highlighting our service animals here in a little bit.
I'm sorry, I'm not listening to you already. I'm just no, I'm kidding. He's just so cute. How can you not?
Emerson's taking care of him right now, but before we jump into this episode, let's recap our last episode.
Let's do it. So we got to, we were talking about women in leadership last time we were together, right?
Yeah, Women in Leadership, clearly a wonderful program that's going on here.
Amazing program.
In Shawnee Mission, started by Dr. Capper, and then it started to expand across the state.
It's been kind of amazing to see all that. And of course, Caroline was here with us as well, shared her experience at Shawnee Mission West as a senior leader amongst that group. And gosh, the more that program grows, the more people it's just impacted. And it's been pretty cool to see, not even just this year, but over the years. So, yeah.
I had a chance to listen to the podcast, and it was amazing. We were okay, but Caroline was amazing, and Dr. Capper was, of course,
Caroline was amazing.
so poised.
I can't wait to follow her and see where she goes.
Yeah, but you attended the breakfast. Was it good?
Wouldn't miss it. It was phenomenal.
It grows every year, right? So this year we were at Johnson County Community College, which thanks to them for opening their doors and being such gracious hosts. But yeah, our students were outstanding. All of our mentor partners came as well, so it was really cool to have all of them in the same room. And it was a pretty inspiring morning. And as usual, Dr. Capper commanded the audience.
I'm sure she did. So if any of our audience hasn't watched that episode, please tune in. It's a wonderful program, and not only is it doing things wonderfully for our women, our young women, but across the district, and our young men are doing some things as well. So as Bing Bong's getting settled in, maybe we transition over to this week's episode. So we have service animals here in the district, and we're highlighting some friends here at Rising Star. Let's start with Ms. Horn. Tammy, you want to talk about yourself?
Yes, I'm Mrs. Horn. I'm the school social worker. I've been here for 18 years, and Bing Bong works with me in my room. He came to us about 2 years ago and has fit right in. He has been the best dog for Rising Star. We say it's because he's so perfectly imperfect. So he's got to grow along with their kids, and they have just come so far together. So it's been a great experience.
And Bing Bong's most precious friend in the world
is Mr. Haskell, our PE teacher over there.
Yeah, so Mr. Haskell, thanks for being here and
thank you.
And being Bing Bong's friend. And then we have some students here. So girls, why don't you introduce yourselves?
I'm Autumn, and I've been here since first grade, and I've worked with Miss Warren since first grade. And I remember fourth grade when Bing Bong came, it was super exciting because this was like our first time getting a dog besides the other service animal we have, Ellie. And so we were really excited, but like Miss Warren said, he's perfectly imperfect. He runs away a lot. He used to, at least. He used to run away, and he still is, but he used to be afraid of the floors, so he still has to walk by the walls. He has a lot of fears he needs to overcome.
He did. He came from kind of a trauma background, just like a lot of our kids, and he was in 4 different homes before he came to us. And so we have a lot of students that are in foster homes, and so they related right away to him. They would tell him not to be scared, that people here love him. And so as he worked with them, they helped him as much as he's helped them, I believe. Wouldn't you say that, Autumn?
Because whenever I've been like upset and stuff, I go to your room and I'll like lay on the floor, and then he'll just come plop next to me. You have so many pictures of us falling asleep on the floor together, and us just cuddling, and me trying to fall asleep, but I can't because his breathing's so heavy.
A couple of you've mentioned perfectly imperfect. There's a connection there. I mean, all of us are.
All of us are perfectly imperfect. And so I think it was some of his flaws that helped the kids connect to him the most. They learned to watch his signs to see when he needed a break, and so that helped them identify when they needed a break too. They could see when he was getting upset or overwhelmed, and so they would all come together to help him feel good. As Autumn said about the floors, he was scared of shiny floors, so we came up with an idea to do character traits all in our hallways, and that has been a great thing for both the kids and Bing Bong.
Emerson, you haven't had a chance to introduce yourself. Do you want to do that?
I'm Emerson, and I've been here since first grade. Kindle, and I have breaks with Miss Horn, and I just see Bing Bong every Friday.
You do? How has he helped you, do you think?
A lot.
Does he help you when you're kind of upset and help you calm down a little bit?
I hear that Bing Bong gives fist bumps or nose bumps on Friday mornings. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Does that help getting out of the car or walking up to school?
Yeah.
So he greets everybody as they get off the bus. And so you see all the kids just run towards him, and he takes it all. He loves it. They all come and just pet him and love on him before they come into school. So it's been a really, really neat thing.
Emerson, what's your favorite thing that you get to do with Bing Bong, or how do you spend time with him?
I love holding on to his leash, and when there's a break and I just run with him, it's really fun.
So we are really lucky because right outside my room is a big outdoor space. So Bing Bong can go outside when he needs to go, and the kids can exercise with him. We do some protected recesses out there with him. So like Emerson said, they get to run up and down the hill with him, and then he goes for long walks with Mr. Haskell, who takes him out to recess a little bit, and so the kids can play with him out there as well.
And your role, you're a social worker?
I'm a social worker.
Right, and so clearly one of our strategic action items in our strategic plan is mental health.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing you see a connection to the work that Bing Bong does and other service
yes.
animals and
Yes.
that strategic plan?
He calms a lot of our kids down. He is someone they talk to. Sometimes if they don't want to talk to anybody else, they'll talk to Bing Bong. And so he just sits there and listens. We've had kids that come and read to him. If they're feeling overwhelmed and don't want to read in class, they'll come and read to Bing Bong. And he listens. He does a lot to kind of work and help regulate the kids. He's funny because he doesn't always like some of the things he has to do, so he'll give a great big sigh and then he'll do it. So that has been really good too, because the kids sometimes know it's okay if you don't like what we're doing, but you can do it anyway.
Even though it's hard.
So yeah.
We all have to do those things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
My goodness, Bing Bong, you're just a whole lot of love right here. So
Yeah.
Bing Bong's really a tool, right, for
Yes.
your school. Yeah.
Yes.
So we've heard that, he does some one-on-one things with students. Does he get to go into classrooms, talk with whole groups of kids at all? What are some of the things that Bing Bong does to support Around Rising Star?
He has gone into the classrooms before, and the classrooms have come into my room and met him in my room. He's used as a reward, so kids can turn in their Starbucks and spend time with him.
That's what I was about to say. And the monthly spin on the star wheel, if you spin it, I don't know if it's still an option or not, but I remember there was a big old picture of him, and if you landed on it, you would get like a free break with him.
That's
And
what I landed on.
I know a lot of people who have like plans for the day. Them, if Bing Bong's here on the day, part of their plan is to get to hang out with Bing Bong. He's very smart because he does logic puzzles, though.
He does do logic puzzles.
You have to tell us more about that.
And we have some here if you want to see. So a lot of the things that we do in my room is we work on frustration management, and so one of the ways we do that is with logic puzzles. And so Bing Bong has his own logic puzzles that he also has to work on. And so when the kids are working on theirs, he is working on his. They fill the treats into the logic puzzles for him, and then he has to find them and work on them.
Can either of you girls talk about, times in which you've utilized Bing Bong to maybe help calm you or maybe even other students?
I've noticed whenever I just get like upset with my work and stuff, before I started working with a different teacher, when I still worked with Miss Horn, whenever I got upset and stuff, I would have to come to her room, and if Bing Bong was there that day and she understood like I didn't want to talk to anyone, she would just be like, if he was outside or playing with other people, she'd be like, guys, leave Bing Bong alone, he needs to go to her. And then he would just come to me, and then we would just lay down and hang out together. and I spoil him with treats because I have a dog too, so I spoil him with a lot of treats.
I bet he gets spoiled.
He does. I gave him my sausage today.
Oh, wow.
I've heard he's
my smiley fries.
I heard he's a big fan of school lunch.
Oh yeah.
Emerson, can you think of some times in which you've gone and utilized Bing Bong and maybe calmed you down a little bit?
Well, in kindergarten, I used to run away out of the classrooms, and I would just come, and if Bing Bong was here, I would pet him.
So sometimes if you're having a big feeling, that helps, right? Yeah, totally understand that.
Speaking of big feelings, I think he got his name from the movie In and Out. Is that right?
That is movie from In and Out, and Bing Bong's the character. Inside Out, sorry. And Bing Bong's the character that kind of sacrifices himself for all of the other characters, and so that is what he was named after. He came to us with that name, by the way.
Couldn't be more perfect for an elementary school. That's right.
Exactly.
Ms. Thorne, maybe you can tell us a little bit about some of the research or the rationale behind having service animals in our school. We currently have, I believe, 18 service dogs district-wide. What's the why behind that? Why have we seen that increase maybe in that number?
So we are seeing a lot of our students that are coming in kind of dysregulated and struggling with things outside of school. And just having a dog there, it helps them calm, it helps them relax. As Autumn said, if she didn't want to talk to me, she would talk to Bing Bong. And just there's something about petting a dog, and the research shows how much of an effect they can have on regulating a person's nervous system. And so that is why we started the program, bringing them into the schools.
And he has special training.
He does. So he was trained through the Wounded Warriors Foundation, and they used to train service dogs for vets that came back from the war, and they wanted to kind of branch out and do stuff, do some programs for the younger kids. So that is why they started the business of training therapy dogs for schools. And they train dogs for our own district. They're up north, so a lot of the schools in the Northland have service dogs from their training place too.
So girls, maybe you could talk about this. What does a day in the life of Bing Bong look like? I know you only see him when you see him, but what do you know about his Fridays?
Well, he's sometimes going to be annoyed to wake up, or other times he'll be excited. Then he's very impatient waiting at the doors. He'll scratch them. Then as soon as Miss Warren opens the door, he runs out and tries to literally run away to the kids, but she has to literally keep stomping to back up, and then everyone's all over him, excited, and then he goes and he'll go past the cafeteria and tries to get a whiff of the food. Yeah, classic. And then he'll go to her room, but of course has to stay by the wall, and then sometimes he'll probably lay down and take a little nap, a little power nap. Then he's up and ready to see all the kids. Then lunch group times, he has to be outside because he's known for trying to steal people's food, as in today. Somehow his leash got far enough inside and he went under the table and moves the table. And he tried to steal other people's lunch. And then usually a little or after 1:30, he is really tired. He acts like he just got back home from a week-long vacation, at the beach. He's exhausted. So then he takes a nap, and that's at the time of day when everyone's hyper, and they're like, "Come on, Bing, just play." And he's like, "Nope." And he'll literally ignore you, just lay there.
He's got to get recharged.
Yeah.
Emerson, is she missing anything from his day that you can think of?
Well, I don't know.
Does he play a lot with you guys outside too?
Oh, yeah.
We have a lot of kids that do protected recess, and that might mean they need just some practice with some things at recess in a smaller environment. And so he will do protected recess with them outside too. So where they can run around and play and practice different skills with him.
So we've heard a lot about how Bing Bong supports, just kind of the social emotional wellness of kids around the building. Talk about the connection between that and academics and learning, right? We know they go hand in hand. So how does having Bing Bong here also support learning at Rising Star?
I think it supports learning because when kids are in a regulated state, they can take in more information, and so that opens their brains up to being able to learn. Sometimes when you come in and you're dysregulated, even though you're hearing materials, you're not connecting with it. And so service dogs help you when they bring down that and calm your nervous system. They help you get ready to be in that mode to take in the information that the teachers are trying to teach.
Emerson, have you guys noticed that as well, that after maybe spending some time with Bing Bong, you feel a little more ready to learn?
Yeah, even when I'm already ready to learn, I've kind of noticed during lunch group, when I do lunch group, if he's there, I'll cuddle with him and like play with him, and I kind of notice that I feel like he like attracts like the bad feelings inside, and like he holds on to them and then like throws them away, kind of like Inside Out. He'll just like take all the feelings out, throws them away, and replaces them with like good ones, and then smart thoughts, and then you're just ready to learn.
That's wonderful. Emerson, you're getting ready to say something, I think.
Well, I sometimes we would if we had like Fun Friday, we like wouldn't know what to do, so we would all play outside.
And I think sometimes you would bring your work into my room, and you would spend a little time with Bing Bong, and then was it easier to get that work done?
Yeah.
Yeah. He goes up to everyone. He loves to give hugs, as you guys have all seen today. So he loves to give hugs. He loves to be pet, and he does love a good treat, but he will sit for the treat and go down instead of taking it right from you.
We have noticed that he does enjoy a good treat. What are some of his favorite treats, or maybe even not a treat, but rewards, or what things make Bing Bong happy?
So he loves the doggy cookies from the Three Dog Bakery, yes. And so we give him those. He likes little meat sticks and stuff. He pretty much eats everything. So
He's not picky. I can understand that. Oh my goodness.
Oh, there he goes. Hey, good boy.
You are a sweetheart.
So logic puzzles. Can we do this?
Yes.
Cold? Yeah.
Hold on. Here. He looks excited. I think he knows it's coming.
Oh, I want to see this.
Oh my goodness. Emerson, yep, I was say, watch out for that tail.
So he has to move all the pieces to try to find and try to connect. So he has to move them around, find the treats. And this particular logic puzzle, it's for dogs, but we have ones that are just like it for kids. So they have to learn how to get all the shapes in. Yep.
That's impressive. I'm actually not even sure how to open some of those.
I know.
He's
so
clearly
he has to keep
practiced.
working on it.
Oh my goodness.
He's getting his
So
tie dirty.
so the students will be working on their own logic puzzles while he. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, and he will do it too. And they love that because they could see him working and learning while they were working and learning. So, and they love to fill him up, and he does. And a good thing about Bing Bong is he doesn't give up. And that's what the skill is that we're trying to teach the kids, that even when it's hard, you can keep trying.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
I don't think he is. He's got it. Yeah, he's got it. Went at it a different way. Oh, he's got it. One last one. So we mentioned that there's 18 service animals in the district. Of course, there's a process that staff can go through to apply for that. Dr. John McKinney is our Director of Student Services, who heads up that process.
What has some of the training that Bing Bong's been through? I know you mentioned it was through Wounded Warrior Project, but are there any like tasks he has to be able to complete or requirements? Or
Yes, he had to go to 3 different locations and perform at those locations. He had to be able to sit, he had to be able to go down, to come, to listen. We followed up with more training for him with a trauma-based trainer, actually, because we have so much trauma and stuff here that we wanted him to be extra trained. So then he also went and got certified by the Alliance of Therapy Dogs. And so after our training, we had to go to a bunch of nursing homes and stuff, and he had to interact with the residents there. So yeah.
it's not like somebody just bringing their family pet in. Yeah, there's a lot.
So he went through a lot of processes. So he has 2 different certifications, and they renew every couple of years. Oops.
Sorry, buddy. Got his dew claw. Yeah. Hey, buddy. Well, that's really interesting. So as we're
Bing! I'm about to fall.
this is live and we're going. Yeah. So Bing Wong is moderately cooperative. He's doing great. So as we're wrapping up, just a wonderful service that we are providing here in Shawnee Mission. Tammy, thank you so much for everything you're doing and introducing us to Bing Bong. Girls, anything else you want to add about your work with
I've
Bing Bong?
noticed that when he first came, like everybody was scared of him who didn't have dogs, and they'd be like, "That's a huge dog." I was like, "No, it's not. Like I have a huge dog too," but I was also just used to it. But I've noticed now, like those kids, they're used to it, and they actually will like come and pet him because they used to just like run away and be scared. But now they've like gotten used to it. But like the newer kids, like in kindergarten and stuff, they're still a little scared, but they still love Bing Bong.
Emerson, you don't seem like you're scared of him. He's like twice the size of you.
I think it's been very good for kids that don't have animals at home because they've been able to learn and interact and how to treat an animal.
Can we do a little? Can we give him a? Can you do a trick to end it? Make him sit. Make him sit and lay down. Bing, come here.
Come on, we
This
really
would
put
be
you on the spot today.
Are you a show pony?
Sit.
Oh.
Down. Ready? Wait. Easy. 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 Good job.
Well, that's
Easy.
probably a great way for us to wrap.
We could go on all day.
We could go
boy.
all day.
Here you go.
We have no shortage of content.
We,
here.
and Bing Bong's got a few more treats there. Looks like he's getting.
Yeah, we better wrap this up. That bag is empty. I don't know.
So as we're wrapping up, thank you guys so much. Wonderful job, girls. Thank you again, Mr. Haskell. Thank you so much. Just a reminder to our community that episodes will drop every other week on Thursdays. You can check out those past episodes on smsd.org. Please send in ideas and feedback. We want that feedback so we can make this even better. So, yeah.
Absolutely, yes. Tell us who else to go and see and meet and learn about. So Dr. Schumacher, we've got a fun episode coming up next. You want to give everybody a little sneak peek of what we're going to be talking about?
Yeah, so we of course have wonderful signature programs here in the Shawnee Mission School District, housed both at the Center for Academic Achievement as well as the CTC, and so we're going to talk about that and talk about those wonderful opportunities for our kids.
Yeah, I think that'll be exciting. Oftentimes people don't get enough of a glimpse inside of those programs and those spaces, so I'm excited to get to show those off to everybody. So also before we leave, let's give a few shout outs, of course, to our communications team. No matter what topic we come up with next, where we decide to go, they help us out and they're on board for it always. And of course, thanks to McKenna Campbell as well, our music tech student at East, who created the music for our podcast. And now we're going to take a quick peek at our featured photo for this week. And
It's Bing Bong! No, yeah. Our featured photo is Women in Leadership. The Shawnee Mission West Girls Senior Council
Yeah, the leadership team.
leadership team just doing some great work over there. So just want to shout them out and all the work that they're doing.
Yep, of course, our friend Caroline is a part of that group. And yeah, it's just great to see all the things that they do district-wide for us.
Yeah. Thanks again for a wonderful episode. Remember that we are one Shawnee Mission and we are all in.